Hello and welcome to this quick guide on using Sways to turn existing resources into interactive online learning activities. I wanted to share this because I know that as teachers we are all suddenly thrust into the world of digitizing our learning and managing distance learning. And for some of us this can be quite a challenge, particularly when we've got learning activities and timetables that are still rolling and sessions coming up quite soon. So I wanted to share with you how you can actually use Microsoft Sway and Microsoft Forms to turn existing PowerPoints into an interactive online learning activity. So first of all, I'm going to share my screen with you. And I'm going to take you to Microsoft Sway. So this is Microsoft Sway homepage for me. It's my own home page. And all of us at Swansea University, we have a login for Microsoft Sway. It's a normal university login. So once you log in, you get your home page, which allows you 3 options for creating a Sway. A Sway is an online resource which looks and reads and acts like a web page, which can be much more accessible for a lot of our learners. So you can either create your own Sway from scratch and start importing content. You can start from a topic and Sway helps you to construct around it. Or you can start from an existing document, and this is what I'm going to show you today. So here we have start from a document. You can start from Word, from PowerPoint, or from PDF. I'm going to start from a PowerPoint. So I click on this, and that becomes my options for my documents. And I'm going to find the PowerPoint that I want to turn into a Sway, which is the Learning at Home PowerPoint. I'm going to open this. And now Microsoft Sway will, by itself, create a web page style presentation based on my PowerPoint. It will include the pictures that I have in the PowerPoint, and it will include all the elements. The beauty with Microsoft Sway is that it is interactive. You can create interactivity, and for online distance learning, that is absolutely vital to help people to engage, to help people to focus, and to help them to really consolidate their learning rather than just reading. So Microsoft Sway allows you to do an awful lot of things. It allows you to embed videos. It allows you to embed audio, pictures, links, and it also allows you to embed quizzes through Microsoft Forms. So this is what your edit page looks like in Microsoft Sway. Here is your edit page. And this is your storyline. So here you can see you have 2 options for looking at your Sway, your storyline and your design. Now, before I start editing the elements in my Sway, I'm going to look at my design and how I want that to work. So this is what it looks like at the moment. I want to change some of this and I might want a different design. So I'm going to go over here to the right to styles with a little paint board there. And I'm going to think about making some simple changes with some options for changing the style. Now I like the interactivity of this kind of style, so I'm just going to go here. I might change the colors in the background a little. Trying to think of colors that I would like. I'm going to go for this green. Yes, I quite like that. It's got a nice plain background, which is better for accessibility and readability. So I'm happy with that. There are other ways that you can customize your slides, and I would suggest you play around with the customize to decide what you like and what you don't. I finished with that, so I'm going to go back to my storyline. So Microsoft Sway has taken my PowerPoint on learning at home. Here's my PowerPoint on learning at home. There it is. Well, actually, you won't see that because you can't see it when I haven't shared it with you. But I'm going to use my PowerPoint learning at home to create this online learning activity. So first of all, I need to think about what the headings are. So the heading at the moment is learning at home. I'm going to add to that something, a guide for students. There we go, just to make it a little more accessible and friendly. And then the text card here, if you look on each card, you can change things on it, emphasize, accent, put a link in. You can change the size of things. This is size of things. So this is an image card, and I'm going to change that to a medium-sized image. The text card, I'm going to change to a medium-sized text card. So in order to customize and to work with my presentation now, I'm just going to try and make it more interesting and accessible. So first of all, I'm going to make these text cards bigger. And then what you can see here is the slides from PowerPoint. The titles of each slide have been put onto a text card. I'd like them to come up as headings. So I highlight, I click heading, and Sway automatically creates a heading for me. So I'll do that with the next few cards. Highlight, heading, ta-da, make that a bit bigger, and the same one here. Highlight, heading, and it's done. Isn't that lovely? So I can do that throughout my Sway to make it easier to access. But it's much better if there are clear headings signposting the sections of the Sway, and that also allows you to add in different media under each section to enhance what you've already done or enhance what you're doing. And once you get comfortable with this, you can move quite quickly through the steps of editing this way and turn it into something that you want it to look like. So the next stage is to focus on interactivity. Now there's lots of ways you can make it interactive. You could add in a video, for example. So on each card, if you want to add a new element in, you just press the plus button and it says, what do you want? So for example, if you want to put a video in, you can embed a video subject to copyright and licensing into your Sway. But what I want to do at the moment is I want to create a form. I want to create a quiz to check how much people have taken in of this learning information at this point. So what I'm going to do now is move to Microsoft Forms. So in Microsoft Forms, you have your own page of all the forms that you've created, and you can create forms at any time. So in order to create a form for this, I'm going to call it check your progress. This form, add in a description or not. So I really don't know what to say there. So I'm going to say that this form is to enable you to reflect your progress so far. Then you add in a question. So you have a number of different options for questions, lots of different options for questions. Here I'm just going to use a basic text question. And I'm going to make that a long answer so people can write as much as they like. So I've done that, but I also want to make it look nice. So I'm going to go to the themes and I'm going to find a nice theme and then apply that. Then that allows me to preview and see what it would look like. This is what it would look like to the users. That's really great. So I'll go back. And then the other thing I want to draw your attention to is once you've made this live, shared it with people and people can fill it in, the responses are automatically uploaded. So you can see how many people responded, how long it took them, and you can look at what their responses were. This allows you to engage really effectively with your learners and to give them feedback on their responses. It's a really great tool and a really good way of keeping in touch without having to constantly make new contact with them. And it gives them a chance to review because you can also arrange for them to have their responses sent to them. So when you look at the settings, so here are the settings. You can decide who can fill it in, anyone with a link or only people in the organization. You can have a record of the name. You can have accepting responses, and you can also have it that a receipt is sent to respondents and you can get an email notification of everyone who's responded. So it's really, really great for you to be able to play around with things and allow people to see their responses afterwards. Okay, so I've created my question there and now I want to share it in my Sway. So to do this, I'm going to get an embed code. So here you see you've clicked on the share button send and collect responses, and you want to embed it. So click on this embed button, this one here, and copy the link. Then go back to your Sway, and this is when you're going to put that link in. So you're going to click on the slide above the place where you want to put your questionnaire, and you're going to add media. Click on embed, paste the embed code in, and Sway does all the work. Also make it medium sized because it's a lot easier to read on the screen. Now, in order to signpost people, I also want to add a heading. So I'll call it check your progress. And I will add in a text form underneath to say, in the form below, check your progress so far. So let's take a look at how that looks. So far my Sway looks like this. I've got a nice big picture at the front, and I've got my pictures appearing and my titles sliding in nicely. This looks reasonably readable, but I'm not sure about the color of my text. I may go back and change that. And as my content scrolls, as you scroll through the content, we get to check your progress. There's the instruction to fill in the form, and there is the form. So student users or any users can actually fill in here, fill in their answer and submit it, and that will come straight to you that you can check the responses. When you've finished editing your form, your Sway, you can then make it ready to share with your students. So click here on the share button and create a link. You can either have a standard link or you can get a visual link. You copy the link and you simply paste it into an email or a Blackboard page. And the students, when they click on it, this will open. They can't edit it and change the content, but they can fill in their forms. You can put as many of these in as you like, with as many questions as you like, and they can carry on learning through the whole Sway. So that was my first introduction to using Sway as a shortcut to developing online interactive learning resources. Remember, the name of the game is interactivity. Keep it brief, don't make them too long. You can embed videos into your Sway as well through the same process. In a second, I'll just go back and show you that, because some people might want to know that. So embedding videos into the Sway is really quite easy. So we're just going to go back to edit. See edit there, that brings you up the editing screen with the storyline. If you wanted to add a video in or any other kind of media, you just press the add button, media, and then you've got audio, video, image, etc. so that you can add in other types of media, just to remember that. Okay, so I'm going to go now and leave you to have some fun playing with your Sways and your forms and creating amazing online learning activities. And hopefully in other videos, I'll be looking at the general principles of designing online distance learning. Thank you.